Guys, I'm on the Lifesteal SMP right now, and there's nobody online. It's just me, and I need hearts, and I need kills, but that means I need players. So what will I do whilst I wait? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to watch a video that explains the entire story of the Lifesteal SMP by a YouTuber called It's Janky. And over a year ago, he did the inspiring story of SP737. You know what? What a great video. I love it when people make videos about me. They're just interesting to watch. So now, we're going to hopefully get just as good of a video as he explains the entire Lifesteal SMP story. Also, if you want one of these cool penguin t-shirts, you can get a custom name on it. Go to sp737.store. Also, get a 9,000 days poster. They're coming off sale very, very soon, but I've signed every single one. It took forever. Let's begin the video.
Lifesteal is an SMP with 5 extensive seasons of twists, turns, and betrayal. However,
so this was made before Season 6 came out, before I joined, alright? So I'm going to know everything, all the lore, the backstory that I need to know for the season when I'm on now.
Nobody seems to fully get the gist of the lore, so I'm here to explain it all. Here's Lifesteal SMP oversimplified.
Because if it was super, super long and not simplified, I'd get lost and yeah, I just need the overview, okay?
Let's go. In July of 2021, JPEX and Mapek created the Lifesteal SMP. The idea was suggested by Paradox.
So straight away, I didn't know that it was JPEX and Mapek that created it.
And he would be the main person
making content was the main man that he did a lot of very clever videos.
Teams in season 1 were the Jolly Ranchers.
Look at how small the Jolly Ranchers team is compared to the Sour Patch Nation. My goodness me, and this is before Clownpierce. Okay, interesting. A lot of people are still on the Lifesteal SMP now, to this day.
Ranchers in the Sour Patch Nation. Multiple battles would spark between the nations, including some betrayals.
Why did you kill the dog?
However, in the first big war of the server, Mapek would get caught using admin commands.
Oh,
he did this to get a competitive advantage during the battle, which would make the Sour Patch Nation mad as they just lost an entire war to the hands of a cheater. Out of anger, the Sour Patch Nation would find an exploit in the Lifesteal plugin, which...
How do they... So they found an exploit in the Lifesteal
Out of
plugin.
anger, the Sour Patch Nation would find
watching this video. I think this was a parrot video. They literally worked out that
the Lifesteal plugin, which allowed them to get infinite hearts by continuously killing the same player over and over again.
Okay, you could kill the same player over and over again.
In season 1, they would get an outrageous amount of hearts and would run back into the battle in an attempt to get one of the members of the Jolly Ranchers to admin abuse. When the fight ended, Mapek would vanish, seemingly from an Ender Pearl stasis chamber, but under some investigation, they found out that there was no way he could have used an Ender Pearl stasis chamber, since during the fight, he left the game and the Ender Pearl would have despawned. When preparing for the final battle, Parrot would get trapped by the other team. However, fortunately, he was able to make a swift escape. The Jolly Ranchers would also reset all their hearts back to 10 to make it more even for both teams. Ultimately, the Sour Patch Nation would end up winning the final battle, and the owners would end the server. Season 2 was never meant to happen.
Okay, so that's how Season 1 ended. They won the battle and the season ended. Interesting.
But Parrot
I feel like Season 2, by the way, was peak Lifesteal. I feel that was the moment that Lifesteal was at its best.
Potential in the
or at least that was when there's so many videos coming out, and it was like, that was the rise of Lifesteal, if that makes sense.
Kill Clownpierce. Clownpierce would become the strongest member in Season 2 and be practically unkillable. This would spark many of the members of the server to attempt to trap him using various different methods. This season again would be divided into two primary teams.
The whole goal is to kill Clownpierce.
The MOB, led by Clownpierce, and the Poggies Nation, led by Parrot and Spoke. Members of the Poggies Nation would attempt to use a floor of TNT to kill Clownpierce. However, he would escape that one easily. They would also make a void trap by breaking bedrock. However, this trap would kill Prince Zam and Oasis, and leave Clown unscathed.
Not Clown.
Following this, the Poggies Nation would create their most complicated trap yet, a lag machine using cakes. Despite Clown's PC dying when he was in PvP, he was still able to survive the trap. This led the Poggies Nation to no other choice but to try and make a quote-unquote truce with the MOB by executing both of the most powerful players from both teams, Clown and Parrot. Although this again would be a trap by the Poggies Nation, and Clownpierce would end up dying. Well, sort of, because he died by his own accord from fall damage in the trap. The final attempt to kill Clownpierce was by Spoke, who spawned over 1,000 withers. However, this again would fail to kill Clownpierce, and would leave Clownpierce with 0 deaths to players during the entirety of Season 2 of the SMP.
Really? So that's why Clownpierce was known as the unkillable. Why did I invite him to friend or foe? I mean, I've killed him twice, so not that unkillable.
Despite him dying once to fall damage. However, in Season 3, this trend would quickly end, and Season 3 would be the craziest season yet. But before we get into it, do be sure to subscribe.
I've already subscribed.
Season 3 would begin with a couple
Subscribe to me, by the way, guys.
The Clout team with Clown, Parrot, Spoke, Wreck-Rap2, and Rochambeau, and the Communists consisted of Subs, Terrain, McClutch, Branzy, and Vitality. There were a lot of teams in this season.
Okay, wow,
just a picture of them all. Battles between all these teams consisted during opening day, and also the end fight, where Spoke would be able to get the Dragon Egg. Another battle would happen following this between the Clout team and the Communists, when Parrot was planning a trap to assassinate McClutch. They would also team up with Leowook and Mr. Cube, members of the people of Glantree, to execute the trap, which would turn out to be a bad idea as they would get betrayed and the trap would fail. Clown would then build a circus to attempt to get revenge on Mr. Cube and Leowook by creating minigames inside, which were also traps. These would actually work. They would be able to get 3 kills.
His circus thing was
Leo,
so insane.
Prince Zam,
so cool.
and Vitality. Then Prince Zam would declare Spawn to be his property and form a team called the Prince Zam Empire, consisting of him and Pangy.
Okay,
Clown
this is where the friendship originated between Pangy and Prince Zam.
In them fighting. He would ultimately lose the battle, and the Prince Zam Empire would burn down Clown's house. Clown knew that he needed to get revenge this time. However, for a while, this conflict would be paused, as 3 new teams were formed called the Cleansers, the Dirties, and Team Chaos. The Cleansers wanted to reset everyone's hearts back to 10, but keep their motive a secret. This led to a rebellion team known as the Dirties, consisting of everyone else who opposed. And finally, Team Chaos, an exclusive group of elite lifestealers who wanted to stop the cleansing from succeeding. The battle happened, which resulted in the Cleansers winning.
I wonder how they were going to actually reset everyone's hearts down to 10. Like, was it all the ones with high amounts of hearts needed to come back down?
Hearts were reset back to 10, except for Radoon's. The Prince Zam conflict would resume after people realized he was corrupt, and after the battle, Prince Zam would get executed by Spoke. The server would also descend into chaos as the original Clout team formed a decimation to ban all players. Tubbo would even join the server to try and resolve the conflict and would get stabbed by Clown himself. After many conflicts with the server to try and resolve the conflict and would get stabbed by Clown himself. After many conflicts with him and the rebellion, they made an agreement and the server would end peacefully. However, Season 4 would not be as peaceful. Season 4 would become known as the Season of the Wormhole. It would start off pretty tame, as Parrot and Spoke formed their team per usual, called the No Pants People Party, and there would be battles here and there. Some of these battles included the Season 4 end fight, the speed bridging battle, which allowed Rek to join the No Pants People Party, and the Battle of the Horns. Some members of the server would also create the 48-hour war in an attempt to make the server
Can I just say, there's been some crazy lore and stuff on Lifesteal. I can't wait to see what happens in Season 6. I may be involved in some of it, but you will have to wait and see what happens with that.
Active. During this war, if a player dies without a bed, they'll respawn in a prison that Mapek built. This war only lasted around 48 hours, hence the name, and nothing major came from it in the end. The Great Petrification War was a war where Team Awesome, under the alias of Medusa, tried to turn the entirety of Spawn into obsidian, to internalize the server along with the builds. A group tried to prevent the petrification by getting rid of all the obsidian called the Cleanup Crew. This consisted of Prince Zam and Pofa. After this, a certain series of events led to Team Awesome discovering a duplication glitch, involving banning a player and reviving them, allowing infinite possibilities with items. The opposition, which was called the APO, was a marketplace at the time to make profit, but switched goals to saving lifesteal and preventing the spread of duplicated items.
So the
this led to Spawn being blown up by Team Awesome and a couple other members.
It's crazy how
and Withers.
Like all the YouTubers involved in like running the server. I guess they're not the ones that actually run it, they don't own it, but they play on it. If they find any exploits, it's like, we're going to use this, of course. It's all about anarchy, isn't it?
With the APO attempting to stop them.
It makes me feel less bad. Why do I feel bad when I kill someone or
crowned himself the king of
anything like that?
Panky was giving just take people out and the crown to anyone who kills him. After the fight began, members of the Eclipse Federation, Mapek, and Parrot used texture packs and potions so they knew who was who, but the other team didn't. After a while, Mapek was about to kill Pangy, but Radoon's killed him instead. During the fight, Cloudfish ran away with the crown. After Woogie's totem popped twice, he ran away from the fight. The Wormhole was the final war of Lifesteal Season 4, bringing in YouTubers from numerous different SMPs. The Wormhole itself is a glitch in the Minecraft server system that allowed the invaders to join 2 servers at once, allowing for unimaginable things to happen, such as limited item transferring, flying in survival, teleportation, minor command using, and more. Spoke and Ashwag managed to trick Parrot into giving one of the members creative mode, allowing the invaders to transfer completely banned OP items to the server that they owned straight into the Lifesteal SMP. From there, the invaders caused mass panic and mayhem, ultimately leading to the end of Lifesteal Season 4.
So that's how Season 4 ended.
Would be the most lackluster one yet. Granted, the server is still coming out. Numerous people would leave during this season, including McClutch, Parrot, who would leave later on, and even RecRap 2, who was one of the most popular regular members.
Yeah,
Some of the
I guess
teams
it's big
during
when
this season included the private murder company with Clown,
Parrot
Minitech,
and
Leo
Wreck-Up left.
Look, where they would take
This is
hits
when
on
Minitech
anyone
joined
for
then.
the right price. They would kill numerous
Minitech
people
here
for
earlier.
hearts around the server, no matter the reason for the person asking. There would be an exploitation of minecarts this season with a glitch in the lifesteal plugin, which insta-kills players. There would also be numerous battles for the Dragon Egg, as many players would either seek it or fight to keep it safe. Parrot would also get married to Ashwag this season, which was interesting. However, in lifesteal fashion, of course,
breaks
it
my
was a
heart.
trap. Due to the lack of server activity, Lifesteal decided to add 4 new members: Wembu, Pentar, Squiddo, and JPEX from Season 1. Wembu proclaimed a $1,000 bounty on himself, which
Wait, so they all they added them partway through the season. Interesting.
sparked a war of people trying to kill him. Tons of people would die during this battle, and it ended with Wembu dying to a minecart. This led to Wembu getting his revenge by creating a one-shot railgun utilizing TNT and redstone to one-shot over 15 people at a fake birthday party. Meanwhile, a war was rising in Season 5 against 2 teams.
I feel like Wembu, like, I know of these machines, you know, like you've seen me make the Infiniboy in my hardcore world. Well, the same guy, you know, makes the orbital strike cannon and like the railguns and stuff. I've made one in my world as well. Wembu has made them on the lifesteal, and it's pretty awesome, isn't it?
Called the Abyss and the Foundation. The Abyss wanted to try and break all the bedrock under spawn, and the Foundation wanted to try and stop them from doing that. The Abyss would give the Foundation riddles to solve for a few days, and if the Foundation was able to solve all the clues, the Abyss would stop forever. Wreck-Rap would even jump back on the server to help the Foundation solve the riddles. However, unbeknownst to the Abyss, they had a mole on their team, Jumper, who had been spying for the Foundation and helping them out with the riddles. Eventually, the Foundation would end up solving all of them, and the Abyss would admit defeat, and Wreck-Rap would say his final goodbye from lifesteal for good this time. After this, some events
he says that, but he
led
didn't.
to the audience being able to vote on a presidential election, and whoever would win would become the god of lifesteal. 4CVIT became president and elected Captain Sparkles to be god, and his decision to bring peace was to add guns. Eventually, the captain himself would get banned, and his god powers would be transferred to Minitech, resulting in several mechanic changes, and even adding the Aether to the server, and that's where the server is currently at. If you guys enjoyed this video,
wow, so Season 5 was kind of crazy. I feel like Season 6 has gone a little bit more back to the roots of lifesteal, of like, you know, there's not any extra mods, there's not really any extra random players coming in. It'll be interesting to see where it goes. People need to stop going on vacation to Japan and all this stuff and get on the server. Is anybody online now? Oh, literally 2 people have come online whilst they've been making this video. Mainpair and Pangy. Now, the thing is, I can't... I'm not going to kill Pangy. I've already killed him before. And, you know, I'm not about that life of just farming him for kills. And as sure as heck, I'm not going to go after Mainpair, am I? So, yeah. Can anybody else come online? That would be lovely. Now I'll just stay hidden, crouched in this little hole, whilst this machine gets me loads of bone meal. And my sugarcane farm just ticks away nicely too. And you know what? That was a great video by It's Janky. I feel like I have a decent overview of now of what I'm coming into in lifesteal, and I've changed my mind. I don't want to join. I'm just kidding. Yeah, great video. Looking forward to seeing what happens in the future of lifesteal, and I guess I'll be in the next ones where they overview stuff. And, well, SB tried to take over the server and he didn't do a great job. Something like that, knowing me anyway. But yeah, thanks for watching. Go and buy some merch, sb77.store if that's what you want. And I'll see you guys in the next video.